Yeehaw! And welcome back to the Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. Man, I can't believe it's already December. Our days are numbered with 2022. So, exciting stuff, right? Exciting stuff. We're wrapping up. It'll be my first full calendar year of Crumbl reviews. I started in June of 2021. So, very fun stuff. Now, I'm going to give you a disclaimer real quick. I'm not particularly excited about this lineup. I don't know. Pecan pie is decent. Lava roll, I think, is overrated. Peanut brittle, I don't remember what I think. Sea salt toffee is pretty decent. And orange roll, I hated last time. But, as a note, orange roll is completely different now. No longer a brown sugar cookie. It's now just a regular sugar cookie. No longer has a dried orange, has a fresh orange. So if you want some more orange zest to it, just squeeze the orange that's on top. Still has the orange cream cheese. So we'll see what we get here with that. So please subscribe, hit that like button, and comment on this video. Your subscriptions and your likes and your comments, they're all important to me. I love to talk to you guys. You know, I know a lot of times we may disagree on Crumbl flavors and such, but that's what makes this such a fun community, right? We all have our own opinions, and I try and be more objective, you know, kind of look at the objective of each cookie rather than subjective to my own taste. So I hope that you can respect that and that you can trust me as a reviewer. So we're going to do this. We're going to pose for that thumbnail. Squeeze in tight. Oh, yeah, boy, yeah. Yeah, we doing this. All right, so, real quick aside, not to, look at that, ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? That's a nice little addition to my keychain. Now I will never lose my car keys. I always seem to just lose them. I just throw them somewhere and forget about them. But now I got a Mountain Dew on them. I ain't gonna lose them. All right, so where are we gonna start? We're gonna start with molten lava. You know, this was the cookie I was so excited about for so long. It took them a year to bring it back. They brought it back in the summer, and it quite honestly disappointed me. I was just so sad and shocked. And I probably will feel the same way, but that's my low expectations here. Why was I sad? Because, you know, it's just not as good as a molten lava cake. I love their chocolate base, but it just seems like they struggle with the filled cookies. It just a consistent issue, and that's okay. That's okay. That's why they're not going to bring it back a ton. But they did bring it back a bit quicker than expected here. So, as you can see, you can barely see. It does have filling, but you know, it's not what comes to mind when you get a molten lava cake. Molten lava cake is just going to be drizzling and pouring a big old mess. This not so much. So, you know, we got to give it its respect. But, you know, it is how it is. So, let's try it. I really do love that flavor in the middle. It does taste like a lava cake. I'm not going to lie about that. That rich cocoa flavor, the powdered sugar, and it's got a little bit of a cakiness to it. But again, it seems to be a bit short-lived because once you get to the edge here, it dries up. I'm thinking I'm willing to be a bit more fair on this one. I don't remember what I gave it last time. I'm just gonna, I like it quite a bit, but I'm gonna have to give it a 7 just because we all know that actual molten lava cake is just better. All right, so peanut butter brittle. It's a peanut butter cookie. I think it's got stuff in it, but it's got a peanut brittle glaze, and then peanut brittle pieces. So very interesting. Last year it was really crazy because you get like big chunks of peanut brittle, but I don't think it had a lot. So now that they've kind of made it in smaller pieces, but kind of divided it up a bit, you know, like spread it out a bit better, I think, you know, the experience could be very potent. Now, I think I gave this a 9 last year. Did not watch my review. Should it be my job to do that? I don't know. But this has peanuts in it too, so very interesting addition, right? All right. Yes. It's a very sweet peanut butter cookie. Like a sugary mixture in there. But I won't say I love it as much as other peanut butter cookies. I think I've had better. But it is still quite good. I do like the crunch, but I think it could use more crunch. I think it could use more. I know I said spread out quite a bit, but I think they're just so tiny, so minuscule, that it doesn't really add enough crunch to it. Still a very good cookie. And different in its own right. I would still give that an 8 out of 10. Very solid, a good amount of peanut butter flavor, and a nice sticky, sugary compost to top it off. And some crunch too. So we're going to move on to pecan pie. I'm going to grab the messy one because I don't want to give my boss. I'm going to give my boss one of these cookies this week. I don't want to give my boss the messy one, you know, even though she wouldn't mind. Shout out to Rachel, my boss, which I have 2 bosses. My dad's one of them. So, okay, let's grab the one with most pecans. I usually like to grab the smaller piece, but this has so many pecans on it, right? It's got a robust, bourbon-esque brown sugar flavor to it. The pecans are candied. I've been noted saying I'm not the hugest fan of their pecan pie cookie. Others have loved it. I just think I've had pecan pie before, and it just doesn't seem like this hits the mark on that. But it's still an interesting cookie. And even with that dry pie base, the flavor of what's inside of this thing just overwhelms it and makes any blandness of a cookie noticeable, because you've got this flavor here. It's kind of like brown sugar pie in a way. It's good. It's good. I can't say I don't enjoy it, but I just feel like I enjoy actual pecan pie a little bit better. So I don't know. I think I'll give them props. I'll have to give it a 7.5. I'll say it's better than Molten Lava, and you know, Molten Lava's still good. It's just it fell short. So orange roll. This one's different from last year. They didn't tell you that, but it is, as I said, sugar cookie base as compared to brown sugar cookie base. And the icing's kind of distributed different. They swirled it. So we're going to have to figure out if I like this one. This may be the worst one of the week, and that's okay. That's okay. It's a pretty solid week. We're not going to lie here. So let's try orange roll. It's got a nice burst of orange. The cookie, definitely bland. Very bland. Not a very sweet cookie, but it is a sugar cookie. Not a lot of orange flavor. The icing's what makes this. the icing truly does carry this. I would probably prefer it on a brown sugar cookie. I think that makes more sense as an orange roll. I think a brown sugar makes more sense. And it would really add some much needed context to this, because it's a very simple cookie. I still enjoy it, but I can't say it's on the level of the other ones, and it needs a lot of improvement. But for where it is, I do like that orange that's in the cream cheese. I really do like that. And so I'm going to give it a 6. That's because the base kind of throws it off. If the base had more to work with, I would definitely elevate that. But for me, it's a 6. I think it's the worst cookie of the week. But this is still a solid week, despite my expectations for this. So we're going to end it off with sea salt toffee. They have this one quite a bit, about 3 times a year at least. And it kind of grows on me sometimes, but sometimes it's just like a letdown. So if we end up giving it like a 6.5, don't be surprised. But if I end up giving it like an 8 or a 9, also don't be surprised. So let's try it. Chocolate chips and caramel. See, now that I like a bit, quite a bit. Everything's distributed quite well. It's a nice mix of chocolate and caramel and some sea salt. Maybe not perfect. I know a lot of people would probably chime in and say, oh, it would be better with dark chocolate. And they're probably right. I think dark chocolate, caramel, and sea salt makes more sense than milk chocolate, for sure. But it's a good cookie. You got all kinds of mix-ins in it. You got sweet, salty, gooey, melty. It's all there, and it's all quite enjoyable. Definitely won't be on the level of peanut brittle. It's definitely not as interesting as pecan pie, but I do think it's better than orange roll, and I would put it with molten lava. I would give it a 7. And you know, I know you guys are thinking, oh, this guy didn't give anything lower than a 6. But really, how I roll with my reviews, if you understand me, and I don't mean to hold you up too much longer, but if you understand how I do my reviews, I look at it as the perspective. If it's, you know, something that's pretty good or edible, you know, it's enjoyable to say the least, or interesting, it's going to get a 5 or more. It has to be inedible, something that's just terrible, awful, or bland to the T, for me to say it's a 4 or less. That's just how it is. And 5 might be bland too. But if I think something's got, you know, at least something to it that's enjoyable, I'm gonna give it a 6 or more. So I know you might be saying, oh, this guy gives up high ratings, or maybe I should change the way I do it. It's all just, everyone has different views, everyone has different opinions. So don't want to keep you up too much longer. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. Hopefully it was insightful, and hopefully I will see y'all around. Yeah.